Hey everybody, I'm Bill Riley and
I'm Abra Wright.
And we are backstage at the 67th edition of the Bill Riley Talent Championships. The judges are ready, the crowd is tremendous, we're ready, the acts are ready. I hope you're ready because we're gonna kick this baby off right now.
Funding for Fair 2026 is provided by
Pella Windows and Doors help bring your home to life. For more than 100 years, Pella has been dedicated to building a brighter future in Iowa communities. Pella Corporation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
As Iowans, we all want clean air, land, and water. Iowa's pig farmers do too. You can learn more about the Iowa Pork Producers Association at iowapork.org/wecare.
Since 1929, Wellaby has offered insurance solutions to help people protect their health and financial well-being. Wellaby strives to empower people to be well prepared, and well protected. Learn more at wellaby.com.
Welcome to Iowa, where you can explore parks, wander countless trails, and experience history, culture, and art. Travel Iowa.
At Iowa Corn, we know that corn is more than just a crop. It fuels our cars, feeds our livestock, and is in over 4,000 products on your grocery store shelves. Iowa doesn't just grow corn, corn grows Iowa. Learn more at iowacorn.org.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Oh boy, Abra, what a crowd we have here. I'm Bill Riley. This is my co-host, Abra Wright. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, what a day.
I would say the performers have one of the best audiences here. This is exciting.
You ordered the weather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
After last year, yes.
Yeah, last year was a little toasty out here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And hello to everybody viewing on Iowa PBS statewide. And I'll add some of the surrounding states of Iowa are viewing in. So welcome. This is the 67th edition of the Bill Riley Talent Search and the Championship. We're going to kick it off right away. But Abra, we need to announce our judges.
Yes, it takes an esteemed panel of judges to make some tough decisions here today. So without further ado, let's welcome our first judge, Janice Baker. Janice is an assistant professor in dance at Iowa State University. She's an associate director of Iowa Dance Theater, linking many area studios in diverse educational and performing activities. We are pleased to have her, Janice Baker. Next, we have Dr. Jennifer Wollenhaus-Bloomberg. Jennifer is the principal oboist of the Des Moines Symphony. In addition to performing, Dr. Wollenhaus-Bloomberg teaches oboe, bassoon, music theory, and aural skills at Drake University. Dr. Jennifer Wollenhaus-Bloomberg. Our third judge is Edwin Griffith. Edwin is a classically trained vocalist, a 3-time winner of the NATS competition, and a regional finalist with the New York Metropolitan Opera auditions. We are so pleased to have you, Edwin Griffith. Next up is Adrian Oldenburger. Adrian is a professional ballet dancer with the Stuttgart Ballet in Germany. He was a Prix de Lausanne selection and Bill's favorite, the Bill Riley Grand Champion in 2013. Welcome back, Adrian Oldenburger. Next is Dr. Nicholas Roth. Dr. Roth, professor of piano at Drake University, is a fellow of the American Pianists Association and an internationally featured performer and teacher. We are glad to have you, Dr. Nicholas Roth. And rounding out a very competent panel is Matthew Shute. Matthew is a national board certified music teacher. He is a graduate of Wartburg College in Waverly and has dedicated 35 years to teaching in Iowa schools. We are so pleased to have you, Matthew Shute. What a terrific panel of judges we have. I am so excited for then to get to see the best and brightest in the young Iowans on the stage today.
Abra, thank you for announcing our judges. They're set and ready to go. We've got 10 acts in the senior division. So let's get started with our first act from Pella, Iowa. Bella DeHaan is going to join us. Say hello to Bella DeHaan, piano soloist, 17 years old, as I mentioned, from Pella. Now being seated at the piano, Bella DeHaan has selected a piece by Christian Sinding, and it is entitled Rustle of Spring. Bella? Magnificent start to our senior program. Bella DeHaan from Pella, and that piece was by Christian Sinding, and it's entitled Rustle of Spring. Bella DeHaan starting us off in the senior division. Aber, we have so many people to thank for getting this show together every year. First and foremost, I want to thank Tanya Cook. She is Director of Special Events for the Iowa State Fair, and her two assistants, Haley Burton and Carly Cox, for making sure everything was all scheduled. Over 60 shows across the state this past summer, and Haley took care of all of the scheduling. So thanks to everybody in Tanya Cook's office for making this one of the best Bill Riley Talent Search shows to date. So thank you so much. So, Abra, who do we have next?
Yes, we are welcomed now by Ava Kluppy, 17-year-old from Cumming, Iowa. Ava is getting into position on stage as we introduce a contemporary dance solo. And Ava will be dancing to an instrumental song entitled Poetic Justice. This is Ava Kluppy. Well done. From Cumming, Iowa, 17 years old, with her dance, Poetic Justice.
Abra, that's the third time we've been able to enjoy that performance, and I would watch that a dozen times. She is so fluid, so technical. I mean, she makes it look easy. We know it's not, but wow, what a performer we have there, Ava Kluppy. Third in our senior division, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Sage Minahan. Sage is from Ottawa, Iowa. Lovely young lady joining us. This is a musical theater vocal solo. Sage is a 20-year-old, and this is from the musical Suffs, and it's entitled Finish the Fight.
Crumbs from a country that doesn't care what I say. I don't want to follow in old footsteps. I don't want to be a meek little pawn in games they play. I want to march in the street. I want to hold up a sign with millions of women with passion like mine. I want to shout it out loud in the wide open light till our generation has made things right. Yes, I want to know how it feels when we finally finish the fight. impossible. Well, my ideas just dwindle and die. Try to remember what your mother taught you. When you dip your pen in ink, you can't quit till it runs dry. You've got to kick down the doors of the mightiest men till they never dare to deny us again. We gotta disrupt their days and make a fire ignite. No, our generation won't play polite. Just picture the look in their eyes when we finally finish the fight. Go say goodbye to the world my mother and grandmothers knew. Will I truly be able to change it? Well, if not me, then who? So make my own team, and I'll raise up my hand till we're rewriting the law of the land. We're gonna unfurl our flag, purple, gold, and white. Centuries of silence will end that night. There's this incessant unrest rumbling deep in my chest, and I'll never be free or complete, not unless I am there on the day when we finally finish the fight. I'll be there on the day when we finally finish the fight.
Sage Minahan from Ottawa, Iowa, exceptional vocal soloist. That is from the musical Suffs and Finish the Fight. Top-notch performance from Sage Minahan, 20-year-old musical theater vocal soloist. And what a performance. My goodness, so exciting.
Yes, and Bill, I could see the emotion on her face as she was walking back. She, I think based on her age, this could be her final time performing on the Ann and Bill Riley stage in this competition, and
That's
she
true.
just nailed it.
I never thought about that, but she poured her emotion into that piece. So, that's so much fun to watch. And again, Abra and I have been out here for the first 10 days and been able to experience a lot of these acts as they came through the prelims and the semifinals. So just a treat to see them all performing here in the Sprout Champions. And of course, this is the seniors in the finals here. So next up, Abra.
We are pleased to join us on stage. This is Sebastian Gearhart of Urbandale, Iowa. We'll let Sebastian get set at the piano. He is 16 years old, a piano soloist performing The Lark by Glinka. This is Sebastian Gearhart. Tremendous display of talent. And you can tell he nailed that by the smile on his face. Sebastian Gearhart, 16 years old from Urbandale, Iowa, with a perfect performance of The Lark by Glinka. Wow.
I keep double checking the age. He's 16, Abra. What a talent. And what a bright future that young man has before him. Sebastian Gearhart, just 16 years old from Urbandale, Iowa. Briefly want to thank our FFA volunteers. They were here all through the state fair, and we had 7 of the very best FFA members with us, so thanks to each and every one of them working tirelessly out here. They get down here early in the morning, and they have to close the stage down sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I can't thank them enough. They're working hard right now during the championship show. So thanks to my FFA crew. Give them a round of applause, please. Okay, we're heading to Morning Sun, Iowa now for a tap dancer that is just so much fun to watch. Kaylin Townsley has joined us. She's an 18-year-old tapper, as I mentioned, from Morning Sun. Kaylin now getting into position. She is going to tap to Hey Pachuco.
Free, the man's got it for me. Blue and white, we walk tonight. See, damn, my pride and all the cats coming down east side. Tonight there's no place to hide.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that is Kaylin Townsley from Morning Sun, Iowa. Tap dance soloist, 18 years old, tapping to Hey Pachuco. What a performance. Abra, earlier when we were in the semifinals, one of the judges commented on Kaylin's performance as pure tap. And I was taken by that comment because obviously very talented, beautiful young lady, the costuming perfect. But that comment means there's no frills in there. It's pure tap, and that's one of the best tappers in the state right there.
I was gonna say she makes me want to go buy a pair of tap shoes. So she's definitely a talent.
Careful, girl.
Yeah,
careful.
I shouldn't get into that. But a great performance from Kaylin Townsley. We now have before us Annie Hopkins of Unionville, Iowa, representing Southern Iowa. Annie is 16 years old, and we are about to be entertained by her vocal and guitar solo by Fleetwood Mac. She is performing Landslide. This is Annie Hopkins.
Can I sail through the changes of ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older. I'm getting older too. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide brought me down, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide brought you down, oh, the landslide will bring you down.
Thank you. Annie Hopkins, making her community in Unionville, Iowa very proud with that soulful rendition of Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, a vocal and guitar soloist. At 16 years old, a bright future ahead indeed for Annie Hopkins.
You know, if Kaylin Townsley has you thinking about tap shoes, Annie Hopkins has got me thinking about some new cowboy boots. Did you
Ooh,
see the boots? she had?
yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And we want to say hi to Annie's grandmother. She came up from Unionville this morning to see that wonderful performance. So hello, grandmother. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know she's very proud of Annie Hopkins. All right, we are getting set for our next performer. We've got, looks like 4 more acts in competition in the senior division, and thank you so much for joining us. The crowd out here at the State Fair is just wonderful. The applause sounds just beautiful to these performers, so keep that applause coming in. Next up, from Des Moines, Iowa, Camden Lewis is with us. Very talented young man, classical flute soloist. He's 18 years old. This is a piece by Jules Demerson, and it is entitled Solo D Concert Number 6. Performing solo de concert number 6 by Demerciaman, Camden Lewis. Classic flute soloist from Des Moines, 18 years old. What a performance. Camden Lewis. Amazing performer.
I just think about all of the breath work and control that goes into playing an instrument like that. And you talk a lot about the variables out here on the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And, you know, he has to deal with the wind and all of that as well. And he just nailed that performance.
Yeah, he's a tremendous performer. Camden Lewis, 18 years old. And what a flautist. So it's flautist if you're snotty.
Okay.
So you can say flutist, but I'm saying flautist. So Camden Lewis, great performance.
Very good.
Coming up next,
we have Gwen Franzik joining us now. Gwen is from Urbandale, Iowa, and we will give her some time to get set at the piano. Gwen is 16 years old, a piano soloist. She is performing Sonata by Florence Beatrice Price. At 16, this is Gwen Franzik. Outstanding job on the piano.
Just superb.
Amazing. Urbandale, Iowa is her hometown. Gwen is 16 years old with her piece Sonata by Florence Beatrice Price. Well done, Gwen.
Three soloists, different styles. What a show we've put together. These seniors, finalists, are just doing such a tremendous job for us. Gwen Franzik from Urbandale, Iowa. Two more acts, ladies and gentlemen, in our senior division. Then we're going to excuse the judges to work on that very, very difficult decision. So we're going to get Our next act is in position. Sorry, Caleb Miners has joined us. Now taking position. This is a contemporary dance solo. Caleb is from Ottumwa, Iowa, 20 years old. He has selected This Bitter Earth.
This bitter earth, well, what fruit it bears. This bitter earth. Now, this bitter earth. Yes, can be so cold. Today you're young. Too soon you're old. But while a voice within me cries, I'm sure someone may answer my call. And this bitter earth may not, oh, be so bitter after all. But what good am I? What good am I? Heaven only knows.
What a performance. Caleb Miners, 20-year-old contemporary dance soloist from Ottumwa, Iowa. Incredible talent, execution, athleticism, heartfelt, emotional performance. What a young man we have there, 20-year-old Caleb Miners.
You know, Bill, it's been so special to watch a lot of these seniors because they've grown up coming through the Bill Riley Talent Search, and
Yeah?
multiple of them in the senior division today, but Caleb being one of them, we've gotten to watch grow and perform on the stage over the past couple years, or at least for me, the past few years being a part of this. So
He's just an incredible young man, and we are so fortunate to have him back, as you said, going through the Sprouts years back and now finals in the senior division. Well, we got one more act, my dear, and we're gonna light it up.
that's right, one more, and it'll be a great way to finish off a star-studded senior finalist lineup. Here is Reese O'Leary. Reese is representing Grimes, Iowa. He is 17 years old, an instrumental soloist, and he is going to be performing a rock anthem medley. This is Reese O'Leary.
Bill.
We were laying the show out after the last act yesterday, and we all agreed we're going to close out the show with Reese because he is such a strong performer. He is an amazing guitarist. I was talking to his parents. He started playing guitar at the age of 6.
Wow.
And some friends told me that he also assists with his church during worship with his guitar work. So I don't think he's playing that stuff in church. But
shows the range of talent he has.
That'd be a heck of a church. Oh, I better not go that direction. Hey, we're going to step away for just a little bit here for some very important information. But when we come back, we have 8 Sprout champions ready to come out and thrill all of us. So more coming up on Iowa PBS. Ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of our big show, the championships for 2026, the Bill Riley Talent Program. And for our friends watching at home, we thought we'd give you a nice shot of the awards here. We've got the big trophy and the plaques and the ribbons that are all in place. And the anticipation is exciting, Abra. We're so excited to kick off the Sprouts. Now, these are all champions. So years ago, Dad made the decision, no more competition for the Sprouts. So they were all crowned champions as they came through the semifinals. And I mentioned this when we were during the break to the crowd here at the State Fair. Typically, we take 6 Sprout champions. But a reflection of the level of talent that we had at the fair this year, we have 8 Sprout champs ready to roll. So, Abra, let's kick it off.
We are excited to welcome to the Anna Bill Riley stage, Faith Eugenia Scott. Lovely young lady. Faith is from Johnston, Iowa, a 10-year-old. And she is getting set in position with her microphone. She will be performing a violin solo and being accompanied by her mom on the piano. Faith is playing a piece entitled Perpetual Motion, and we are going to let her take the stage. This is Faith Eugenia Scott. champions, Faith Eugenia Scott of Johnston, Iowa.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in on Iowa PBS, yes, this is the Sprout Champions. That's not one of the finalists in the seniors.
Yes,
Goodness.
Impressive. 10 years old.
10 years old. What a violinist. And again, her mother, accompanist, is such a great honor to have them here with us. We want to thank all the parents and educators, mentors, and coaches out there that help these young'uns set attainable goals and reach those goals and get to the point that we're enjoying right here at the Annandale Riley stage. So thanks to all the parents and educators that came together to get these little ones. Well, they're not so little, but everybody's younger than I am at this point. That's the point. So thanks to so many people for making that possible. Hey, next up, we've got a jazz dance duet from Bloomfield and Centerville, Iowa. Dylan Finch and Dixon Lynch. Now taking position, Dylan Finch is 9 years old from Centerville. Dixon Lynch from Bloomfield, Iowa, 10 years old. They're set and ready to go. They're going to perform to Girls, Girl.
Come home in the morning light. My mother says when you're gonna live your life right. Oh, my dear, we're not the fortunate ones. And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Bring on the lights, set the stage, in the mood to celebrate. We'll stick together through whatever, hand in hand. Let's live it up. Oh, be who you are, yeah, that's the motto. Doing our thing like oh, show 'em what we got like we won the lotto.
I just do my thing for the girls. Girls.
You know I do my thing, I just do my thing for the girls. I take it to the bank, I'ma take it around the world. I do it with the bang, pull up in my diamonds and curls. You know I do my thing, I just do my thing for the girls. For the girls, for the girls. I just do my thing for the girls.
Girls.
Me.
Girls.
I just do my thing for the girls.
Girls.
Me.
I just do my thing for the girls. I know what I got, I just wanna move my body. Let's take it to the top, yeah, I came to party. I know what I got, I just wanna move my body. Let's take it to the top, yeah, I came to party. Girls.
Me.
Girls.
I just do my thing for the girls.
Girls.
Me.
I just do my thing for the girls.
Oh, two good friends making some memories out here at the Annandale Riley stage. Dylan Finch and Dixon Lynch. Dixon's from Bloomfield, Dylan from Centerville, Iowa. What a performance. And you know, Abra, you're supposed to see the acts front on, especially dance acts. But you and I, we've got a whole different viewpoint, and those two are having so much fun out here. They all, when they turned to us, they were both smiling.
That's right. And
I mean, they were like smiling, like, hi. They're just having fun out here. It wasn't just a smile. They looked right at us and smiling.
that's right. And that's why I'm smiling. This is a lot of fun, Bill.
Exactly.
And a lot of cuteness here on the stage with the Sprout Champions. Let's welcome now Eloise Pullman. I like to say she's adorable, all wrapped up in one package. Eloise is from Truro, Iowa, an 8-year-old vocal soloist. And we'll let her get into position here on stage as she performs from the musical You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, the piece entitled My New Philosophy.
That's a good philosophy. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me my new philosophy? That teacher gave it to you all last week. Homework. She said, Miss Sally Brown, your grades are going down. I could have told her my new philosophy. Miss B, I'm she. Look, see. Well, why are you telling me? And that's my new philosophy. Why are you telling me? My new philosophy. Schroeder says he has to go practice, but I say no. I like it. No. That's a good philosophy. No, 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 no. No, no. Yes. I mean, no. It's like a busy bee. My new philosophy. Can't fly from tree to tree and keep me. And life's a dizzy maze on alternating days. I choose a different phrase. My new philosophy. Some philosophies are simple. Man does not live on bread alone. Some philosophies are clear. Live your message does have the tone. Some philosophies pick and choose, deciding what goes in it. Someday like on Monday commit. But Schroeder says anything that only takes a minute can't be very lasting. For instance, Beethoven took over 2 years to write his brilliant Ninth Symphony. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. I like it. It's like a guarantee. It's new philosophy. And things I should have be a whole lot brighter. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Well, why you telling me? No, I can't stand it. When life is free and easy, much way philosophy's yours. My new philosophy.
Oh my goodness, Eloise Pullman. She's bringing the house down with her new philosophy.
Oh, Charlie
8 years
Brown
old.
is taking over the Riley stage.
Oh, what a gift she is. Eloise Pullman from Truro, Iowa, 8 years old, and a
Abra,
vocal
you
soloist.
just said it. She's only 8.
Yes.
Goodness.
She's got an excited music teacher, I'm sure, that's looking
my
forward to
goodness.
having her someday.
And, you know, getting into character, you don't know. There's no problem getting that young and into the character.
That's right.
Woo! Eloise Pullman from Truro, Iowa. Great fun. All right, we're going to say hello to our next Sprout champion from Des Moines, Iowa. Say hello to Lucy Smid. Hello, Lucy. Beautiful young lady, 11 years old, now taking position. Lucy is a jazz dance soloist, and as I mentioned, from the Des Moines area, and she has selected Accentuate the Positive.
You got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative, but don't mess with Mr. In Between. You got to spread joy up to the maximum and bring gloom down to the minimum and have faith. A pandemonium liable to walk up on the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the well, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Man, they said we've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and hang on to that affirmative, but don't mess with Mr. In Between. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the well, Noah in the ark. Tell
what did they do? Just when everything looks so dark. Mammy said we've got to exit. Oh, with a positive and eliminate the negative and hang on to that affirmative. But don't mess with Mr. In Between. No, don't mess. Oh, baby, I said don't mess. You better not. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Yeah.
Lucy Schmid from Des Moines, Iowa, our jazz dance soloist, an 11-year-old. Amazing talent for an 11-year-old jazz dance soloist, Lucy Schmid, and accentuate the positive. Great job, Lucy. What a champ we have there, and 11 years old. So, Lucy, thank you so much.
Well, we're going to switch things up a little bit, Bill.
Yes,
Let's
we are.
welcome Micah Rush to the stage. Micah is 12 years old, representing Northeast Iowa from Cedar Falls. And we've got a stand-up comedian on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome him with his set, The Youngest Isn't Special. This is Micah Rush.
All right, you guys were clapping already, and I haven't even done anything yet. Now there's pressure. So I'm the youngest in the family. Any other babies of the family here today? Yeah. Everybody thinks that means we get special treatment. But you guys, it's not that great. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. If I'm last in line for food, I get nothing. I mean, look at me. I'm practically invisible. And my wardrobe is entirely hand-me-downs. For the 6 years of my life, I didn't know jeans were supposed to have fabric across both of the knees. But by far the worst part about being the 4th kid is that all of my teachers have had one of my brothers before me. And whatever they did to that teacher, it haunts me. Like my 5th grade teacher. She put check marks behind your name if you were misbehaving. And on the first day, she read off my name. Micah Rush, do you have some older brothers? I nodded and smiled. But this woman walked over to the board and put a check mark behind my name. She said, I know it's coming. I'm just working ahead. And that teacher, she gave out check marks outside of the classroom, too. One time at a school assembly, I was making questionable choices. And she looked at me and she went, Micah Rush. An air check mark. How is that even legal? So I gave her one of those. I may be small, but my shenanigans are huge. But being the smallest isn't all bad, though. I aged out of the kids' meals at that Hoo-Ha buffet like 3 years ago. But they do not know that. They just eyeball me and go, he looks about 8-ish. I love buffets. For kids, a buffet is a dream come true. It's the one time a kid can get a whole plate of whatever they want, and their mom can't make them put it back. One time I got nothing but a heaping pile of those tiny ears of corn. I love those things. It's a little difficult to get the corn skewers on them, though. I had a huge pile of food the last time I was at Hoo-Ha, and our waitress came over and went, oh, there's no way a little guy like you can eat all that food. I decided to make a harmless joke and say, well, when I'm at home, all my brothers steal all the food. This is the only time I get to eat. And that's when my 5th grade teacher was in the booth next to us, pops up and goes, Micah Rush. Thanks, everyone. My name's Micah. That's my time.
Oh, put it together for Micah Rush. A bright future ahead as a stand-up comedian. The Youngest Isn't Special was the set. Micah is 12 years old of Cedar Falls, and they have got to be proud of him with the comedy he brings to the Ann and Bill Riley stage. Great job, Micah.
So much fun. Great performance. And you know, it can be a lonely spot out there as a comedian, and this was a really, really good stand-up set by Mr. Micah Rush. 3 more champs lining up here, and then we're going to go to a quick break. But this is Brinley Coster and Charlie Stitz. Give them a round of applause as they're getting in position. Brinley Coster, 12 years old, from Breda. Charlie Stitz, 12 years old, from Carroll, Iowa. They're in position, they're ready to go. This is a jazz dance routine to Stronger.
Just stop. There's nothing you can do or say. I've had enough. I'm not your property. That's from today. You might think that I won't make it on my own, but now I'm stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I'm stronger. Come on now. Oh yeah. On my own. I don't need nobody better off alone. Here I go on my own now. I don't need nobody, not anybody. Here I go, here I go, here I go, here I go. Stronger than yesterday. It's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I'm stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I'm stronger.
What a performance. Performing to Stronger, Brinley Coster and Charlie Stitz from Breda and Carroll, Iowa, Acro Jazz Dance Duet. What a performance we have there. Wow.
Well, and how fun to get to do it with your best friend. I would
Oh.
imagine the amount of hours they've poured in to that dance routine, they've gotten pretty close.
And the memories they just made right there in a little short 3-minute performance, they'll have that the rest of their lives to hold
right.
on to. So we are getting down to the end of our championship show here. And again, these are the Sprout champions. No more competition for these young ones. They're out here just enjoying their hard work. They got through the prelims, then the semifinals, and here we are with our next performer. Abra?
Yes, this is Arnav Dervesh from Ankeny, Iowa. And Arnav is going to take his spot at the piano as we get ready to introduce his solo. Arnav is 12 years old from Ankeny, like I said, and he will be playing a piece by Frédéric Chopin, Nocturne in D-flat major, Opus 27, number 2. Here is Arnav Dervesh. A talented young man, Arnav Dervesh, 12 years old from Ankeny, Iowa, with that grand piano solo, Nocturne in D-flat major, Opus 27, number 2 by Frédéric Chopin. Incredible.
The smile on his face when he completed that performance, he's very pleased with that performance.
And that is why he's the Sprout champion.
Yes, with good reason. Very accomplished pianist. Hey, before we announce our final Sprout champions, I should say, I want to thank all of my coordinators across the state this year. We had close to 60 shows, and those coordinators make it possible to get the venue available for these young Iowans to do what they like to do, to spread their wings and shoot for the stars. So I also want to mention, if you don't have a show in your neck of the woods, consider having a Bill Riley Talent Show. We would love to have you join the Bill Riley Talent Search family. You can get in touch with Tanya Cook and her staff through the Iowa State Fair. You can email me. You can talk to me on the cell phone. I talked to a fair board member of one of the county fairs, and I told her, look, if you need me to come up to the county fair and speak to the fair board, more than happy to do that. Whatever it takes to get that across the finish line, because we need a few more shows in the lineup, so consider having a Bill Riley Talent Show in your neck of the woods. Hey, we saved some energy for the end of the Sprout Champion show. This is Brody, Renzo, and Rio. Give them a round of applause. As they're getting into position, Brody Taylor, Renzo Slaughter, and Rio Slaughter, they're all 11 years old. They're all from Clive, Iowa. They're set and ready to go. And they are going to go to Sir Duke.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand. With an equal opportunity for all to sing, dance, and clap their hands. But just because the record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. But you can tell right away left to A when the people start to move. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over me. They can feel it all
from Clive, Iowa, Brody, Renzo, and Rio. What a performance. Brody Taylor, Renzo Slaughter, and Rio Slaughter. Again, all 11-year-olds having a great time out here at the Bill Riley Talent Show. Hey, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce you to some very important people. Of course, the awards, as we continue our coverage of Fair 26, the Bill Riley Talent Championships, all coming up on Iowa PBS.
Funding for Fair 2026 is provided by
Pella Windows and Doors help bring your home to life. For more than 100 years, Pella has been dedicated to building a brighter future in Iowa communities. Pella Corporation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
As Iowans, we all want clean air, land, and water. Iowa's pig farmers do too. You can learn more about the Iowa Pork Producers Association at iowapork.org/wecare.
Since 1929, Wellaby has offered insurance solutions to help people protect their health and financial well-being. Wellaby strives to empower people to be well prepared, and well protected. Learn more at wellaby.com.
Welcome to Iowa, where you can explore parks, wander countless trails, and experience history, culture, and art. Travel Iowa.
At Iowa Corn, we know that corn is more than just a crop. It fuels our cars, feeds our livestock, and is in over 4,000 products on your grocery store shelves. Iowa doesn't just grow corn, corn grows Iowa. Learn more at iowacorn.org.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 67th edition of the Bill Riley Talent Search and the Championships. Well, Abra, we have the results from the judges, and the time has come for our awards. Before we get to that critical time, though, you've got 8 Sprout champions to announce and just to say hello and acknowledge their hard work.
Yes, we were pleased with their performances throughout this year's fair. Let's say hello once more to Faith Eugenia Scott, Dylan Finch and Dixon Lynch, Eloise Pullman, Lucy Smid, Micah Rush, Brinley Coster and Charlie Stitz, Arnab Dervesh, and finally Brody Taylor, Renzo Slaughter, and Rio Slaughter. Congratulations to all of our Sprout champions, and what a show they put on for us today, Bill.
What a show. And we have some very important people to thank and introduce at this point. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage CEO and Secretary Manager of the State Fair, Jeremy Parsons. Jeremy?
Thank you, Bill. You know, the Iowa State Fair is a celebration of the very best of our state. And sometimes you see that in maybe the livestock show ring or maybe in the agriculture building, but you always see it here at the Ann and Bill Riley stage. And so to these champions, congratulations. The future of our state is in a really great place because of young people like you. And you're also in a really great place because we'll probably be announcing a number tomorrow, but you're going to be part of an overall Iowa State Fair record. We'll just leave it at that. Thanks for being at the Iowa State Fair. And leading the charge to really lead the vision to make the Iowa State Fair what it is the Iowa State Fair Board. And the president of the board this year is Curtis Clays, and Curtis is going to come forward and say a few words. Curtis?
Thank you, Jeremy. We are having a great fair, and a lot of credit goes to our staff and management, but also the fact that we have a very strong county fair system here in Iowa. And I think that reflects in Bill's shows every year. The strong showings at all these county fairs make a big difference in the talent that comes here. So thank you to all the county fairs that do the program, and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Jeremy. We also want to say hello to our 2026 State Fair Queen for joining us on stage, Belle Werner from Tama County. Just the second queen from Tama County. So, Belle, thank you so much for joining us. She's a very, very busy young lady, so we're honored to have the queen of the fair with us right here for the championships. Well, Abra, the time has come. You've got the results, and I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for it because we've had such a great time showcasing all of these wildly talented Iowans, but it's come down to this moment.
Yes, it is bittersweet that it's coming to an end, but the judges have made their decision.
They have.
Bill, if you want to start us off.
In 5th place, Gwen Franzik. Piano solos from Urbandale, Gwen Franzik.
In 4th place, Reese O'Leary. Reese is a 17-year-old from Grimes, Iowa. He brought the house down, Bill, with his finale in the senior division with his rock anthem medley. Way to go, Reese.
In 3rd place, Camden Lewis from Des Moines. Classic flautist from Des Moines. What a performance, Camden Lewis.
In 2nd place, Sage Minahan, the 20-year-old from Ottawa, Iowa. A beautiful job done with her vocal solo, musical theater vocal solo to finish the fight. Sage Minahan, congratulations.
One of the finest vocalists we've had here in some time. All right, so now the time for 1st place and the grand champion, the 67th grand champion of the Bill Riley Talent Search, and that belongs to Caleb Miners. Caleb Miners, our contemporary soloist from Ottumwa, Iowa, winning $10,000 from the Iowa State Fair. Caleb Miners, your 2026 Bill Riley Grand Champion. From all of us at Iowa PBS, Abra Wright, I'm Bill Riley. I know you had fun at the fair. We'll see you next year. So long.